Imagine, just for a second, that you had the power to know exactly what a woman is thinking the moment she looks at you. What she secretly desires, what she's too shy to say out loud, and what she really wants you to do. Sounds like a superpower, right? But here's the truth. Even if you could read her mind, you'd probably end up more confused than ever. Why? Because what women truly desire is often hidden beneath subtle signals most men never notice. And here's the crazy part. These signals aren't loud, they aren't obvious, and she will never walk up and spell them out for you. Instead, she'll drop tiny clues, an eye movement, a nervous smile, a playful question, waiting to see if you're sharp enough to catch them. Now, what if I told you that today, I'll show you exactly how to spot these hidden signs? Here's something most men will never understand. The things women desire the most are the things they'll almost never say out loud. She won't walk up to you and tell you, "I want you to take the lead." She won't admit, "I love when a man makes me feel a spark of mystery." Why? Because for women, attraction lives in the unsaid. It's in the signals, the body language, the hints they drop, hoping the right man will pick them up. And here's the uncomfortable truth. When you miss these hidden cues, she doesn't explain it. She just quietly loses interest. No warning, no conversation, just silence. That's why today, I'm going to reveal 7 hidden signs she secretly wants you. And I'll warn you now, sign number 5 is the one almost every man ignores. So here's what we're going to do today. I'm going to reveal to you the 7 hidden signs that a woman secretly wants you, signals most men walk right past without ever realizing. Some of these signs are subtle, almost invisible. Others are obvious once you know how to see them. But there's one in particular, sign number 5, that almost every man misses. And when you overlook it, you lose your chance before it even begins. That's why I need you to stay with me until the very end of this video, because once you learn how to recognize these signs, you'll never see women the same way again. All right, let's start with the very first hidden sign. The very first hidden sign is one you've probably experienced before, but maybe never recognized for what it truly is. It's the lingering eye contact. When a woman looks at you, then holds that look just a little longer than normal, that's not an accident. It's a subtle invitation, a way of saying without words, "I'm interested, are you?" Here's the mistake most men make. They notice the eye contact, but they break it instantly. They look away too fast, or pretend it didn't happen. And in doing so, they miss the signal completely. What should you do instead? Simple. The next time it happens, hold her gaze for just 2 seconds longer, then smile. That's it. No cheesy pickup line, no overthinking, just confidence in silence. Because to her, that small act tells a bigger story. You saw her signal, you understood it, and you're bold enough to respond. The second hidden sign is something subtle, but it's one of the oldest signals of attraction in the book. It's the nervous hair touch. When a woman plays with her hair while she's talking to you, twirling it around her fingers, brushing it behind her ear, or touching it again and again, that's not just about fixing her hairstyle. It's her body's way of releasing nervous energy, because deep down, she feels a spark of attraction. Now, here's the mistake most men make. They assume she's just adjusting her hair, and they ignore it. And by ignoring it, they miss the perfect chance to connect. So what should you do instead? Simple. The next time you notice this, don't point it out. Don't make it awkward. Instead, lean in slightly, keep steady eye contact, and continue the conversation with confidence. Because to her, that calm reaction shows you picked up on her vibe, and you're confident enough to let the tension build naturally. The third hidden sign is something most men completely overlook. And yet, it's one of the clearest indicators of interest. It's the playful teasing question. When a woman lightly teases you, asks a joking question, or playfully challenges you, she's not just making conversation. She's testing the waters. She wants to see how you react if you're confident enough to play along, or if you'll take it too seriously and shut the moment down. Here's the mistake most men make. They either get defensive, "Why would you say that?" or they over-explain themselves, killing the playful energy. What should you do instead? Match her vibe. Smile. Throw back a lighthearted response. Keep it fun. Because when you tease her back in a confident but respectful way, you're showing her exactly what she's looking for. A man who can handle her energy without crumbling under the pressure. And that's when the spark starts to grow. The fourth hidden sign is all about body positioning. A woman's body speaks long before her words do. When she angles her body toward you, her feet pointing in your direction, her shoulders slightly turned your way, it's a clear sign she wants to be closer. Even in a group, if her body is aligned with yours, that's no accident. It's her way of silently saying, "You're the one I'm focused on." But here's where most men mess up. They ignore the signal completely, or worse, they misinterpret crossed arms or closed posture as interest. They don't notice the difference between a defensive stance and an inviting one. What should you do instead? Pay attention to her orientation. If her body is facing you, lean in slightly, open your own posture, and mirror her energy. This creates a subconscious connection, like you're both tuned into the same frequency. Because attraction isn't always in what she says, it's in where she points her body. Now we've reached the sign that most men completely miss. And it's one of the strongest signals of attraction. It's when she finds an excuse to stay longer. Maybe the conversation is about to end, and suddenly she asks you one more question. Maybe she says, "Oh, I forgot to tell you," or "just one last thing." Or maybe she points out something random, just so she doesn't have to leave yet. Here's the mistake most men make. They take it at face value thinking it's just small talk, or worse, they brush it off and end the interaction. And in doing so, they close the door she was trying to keep open. What should you do instead? Recognize it for what it is, a green light. She's not looking for another fact, she's looking for more connection. So lean into it. Extend the conversation just a little longer. Add something personal, or suggest continuing it another time. Because when a woman gives you a reason to stay, she's really giving you a chance. And most men let that chance slip away without ever realizing. The sixth hidden sign is what I like to call the accidental touch. But here's the truth. If it happens more than once, it's no accident at all. Maybe she brushes your arm while laughing at your joke. Maybe her hand grazes yours when you're both reaching for something. Or she bumps into you when there's plenty of space around. One time? Sure. It could just be coincidence. But if it happens again and again, that's her way of testing if you'll notice. Here's the mistake most men make. They freeze up, ignore it completely, or even move away like it didn't mean anything. And by doing that, they kill the tension she was trying to build. What should you do instead? Stay calm. Don't overreact. Let the moment breathe. And if it happens more than once, mirror it with a light, natural touch back. Nothing forced, nothing creepy, just confident acknowledgement. Because to her, it says, "I see your signal, and I'm comfortable with it." The seventh hidden sign doesn't happen face to face. It happens on your phone. When a woman responds to your messages quickly and consistently, especially late at night, it's not just about being polite. It's her way of showing, "You're on my mind." Think about it. Everyone is busy. Everyone has distractions. But if she's replying right away, sending you playful emojis, or keeping the conversation going long after midnight, that's not random. That's intention. Here's the mistake most men make. They either don't recognize the effort she's putting in, or they start flooding her with messages in return, killing the natural flow. What should you do instead? Acknowledge the vibe. Keep the rhythm steady. Match her energy without overloading. Because when a woman makes herself available late at night, she's not just texting. She's signaling interest, and she wants you to notice. Here's the sad reality. Most men miss these signs not because they're blind, but because they've been trained to look for the wrong things. They expect attraction to be obvious. They think a woman will just walk up and say, "I like you." But that's not how it works. Women communicate attraction through subtlety, through body language, small gestures, and tiny invitations. And when a man doesn't notice, she doesn't explain it. She doesn't wait around. She simply withdraws. She pulls back. And before you realize it, that chance you had is gone. What does it cost? It costs you missed opportunities. It costs you those magical moments that could have turned into something unforgettable. And most importantly, it costs you her respect, because if you can't pick up on her signals, she'll see you as just another guy who doesn't get it. But here's the good news. Once you learn to recognize these signs, it's like having a secret code that most men will never understand. And that code changes everything. Here's something you need to understand. Every hidden signal a woman gives you comes straight from psychology. Why do women drop subtle hints instead of saying things directly? Because attraction is felt, not announced. If she spelled it out with words, it would kill the tension, the mystery, the excitement. Psychologists call this nonverbal communication the unspoken language of the human mind. Studies show that over 70% of attraction is expressed without words through eye contact, gestures, tone, and body orientation. So when she touches her hair nervously, when she leans toward you, when she finds an excuse to stay longer, those aren't random habits. They're subconscious cues her brain sends out when she feels drawn to someone. And here's the key. Men who learn to notice these signals unlock a level of connection most guys will never experience. Because when you read her unspoken language, you're no longer guessing, you're tuned into the psychology of desire itself. So now you know the signals. But here's the real question. What should you do when you finally notice them? First, don't panic. Don't act shocked like you've just uncovered some big secret. Confidence is quiet. Awareness is subtle. If she gives you eye contact, hold it for 2 seconds, then smile. If she touches her hair nervously, stay calm, lean in slightly, and keep the vibe flowing. If she finds an excuse to stay longer, use that moment to deepen the conversation. The key is this: don't overplay it. Most men either ignore the signs completely, or they go too far and smother her with attention. Both mistakes kill the spark. Instead, match her energy, respond naturally, keep it light, playful, and confident. Because the moment you show her that you can read her signals without overreacting, you instantly separate yourself from 99% of men. And that's exactly the kind of man she can't forget. Now, let me ask you something. Out of all these hidden signs we've talked about today, which one surprised you the most? Was it the lingering eye contact? The nervous hair touch? Or maybe that unexpected excuse to stay longer? Drop your answer in the comments below. Just write the number of the sign that shocked you the most. Because I want to see how many of you have actually noticed these signals before. And remember, your comment could be the one that helps another guy finally connect the dots. So now you know the 7 hidden signs women use to show interest. And if you've watched this far, you're already ahead of most men. But let me leave you with this. Knowing the signs is just the beginning. The real key is learning how to read them in real time. Especially the one that almost every guy gets wrong: eye contact. In my next video, I'll break down the eye contact rule most men misread. And once you understand it, you'll never look at women the same way again. So if you found this video helpful, hit that subscribe button, tap the bell, and drop a like to let me know this helped you out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.